The Greatest Race. So I want to do a bit of a different kind of battle video. Instead of Battle of the Great Swords, Battle of the Bows, Battle of the Shotguns, whatever, Battle of some weapon type, I don't really care. Instead I want to do a race. And I'm going to do a race between 3 different warframes that I think are very fast. Way faster than other warframes that also have speed abilities. For example, Zephyr, Volt, Equinox. We're not going to be testing those warframes because I feel like those warframes are just simply not fast enough. Instead, we're going to be looking at Wukong, who am I looking for? Wukong, Titania, and Goth. Because Goth is the fastest on land, Wukong has Cloudwalker, and Titania has Razorwing Blitz. Now, before we begin, the reason why I have Wisp sitting here is because Wisp does have the ability to teleport a seemingly infinite range. From one side of the plains to the other side of the plains, from one side of Fortuna to the other side of Fortuna. So, we're not going to be using her because that is actually disqualifying. So we're going to see which warframe can travel from a sort of truck area in a base all the way out in the distance of the plains of Eidolon. We're going to see who can go from that to the entrance of the plains of Eidolon the fastest. So, without further ado, let's have a look at how fast Goth can run that distance. Okay, so we're going to start off with Goth coming from this truck area here all the way to... do I really have a thing? Oh, I need to pop that. All the way to the entrance of the plains of Eidolon. So, without further ado, let's have a quick look at the build that we're using for Goth. It's essentially the same build that I had in my previous Goth video, no changes. The main thing for his sprinting, of course, is going to be rush and speed drift, as well as the use of something called Amalgam Serration. Amalgam Serration will give him some extra sprint speed. It turns out that his sprinting is not affected by power strength, apparently. So, like as you can see here, there's no speed bonus as part of his abilities. So, apparently, we can actually get by without using any power strength. So we only have 100% power strength. All good in the hood. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, because this guy has to run on land, we do end up having to do a very skewed path. This is going to be something that you're not going to notice with Wukong or Titania because they are more flight-based. But regardless, as you can see, Goth is able to run really quickly, and as long as she can get a really nice path going for him, a really nice smooth path for him, he can actually travel a lot of distance in a very short amount of time. As you can see, even as he sort of hops a little bit, he is essentially flying through, although we do have to sort of make sure we don't hit any particular obstacles along the way. We should be pretty close to the entrance by now as we just run through this forest here. Bob's actually managing... we smashed into a rock. Okay, there we go. So we'll stop right as I smash into that wall there because, to be fair, I did make a couple of mistakes when it came to running as Goth. So let's have a look now at how well that speed goes against Wukong, and then later on we'll do Titania. Okay, I assume Delilah, and I'm not going to speak any more Cantonese because trying to do any subtitles for that is really annoying, and I'm not even going to do subtitles for that, so you have to figure out what I just said. Anyway, here's Wukong Prime. Quick look at his build. Generally speaking, you could potentially get some power strength into his build, but I don't think that's going to really increase the speed in which he travels using not Defy but Cloudwalker. Does not seem to affect it, although I could be wrong, I'm not 100% sure. Either way, the build that we're going for is a build with 154% power strength, so whether or not that actually affects the speed, I guess we'll find out. But either way, this is the build with Energize and Guardian behind me. Not really one conducive for speed, but we should be able to travel really quickly. So, without further ado, 3, 2, let's actually get our friend out. Not that it really matters. 3, 2, 1. So, like I said, we are now traveling in a much more straighter line than we were traveling with Goss. And we are actually covering quite a lot of distance in a reasonably short time. It doesn't feel as fast, but we are actually going pretty decently. It's a nice pace. It's not uncontrollable in most circumstances, and I do find that I'm able to actually make some pretty good navigation, even in like a hallway, especially in a hallway, whereas with Goss, it's more difficult to make those kinds of split turns in a hallway. So I have no idea how long that was, but we will basically finish the timer when I land, or when I reach about here, and we'll figure out how long that was compared to Goss. Now, finally, we have Titania, who will be using Razor Wing to as high of an effect as possible. Alright, our final contender is going to be Titania, the Fairy Frame. I've actually been having a lot of fun with her recently. I've actually just started to get used to her again. It's definitely a Warframe that does require a lot of time to get used to, as she does have a lot going for her. Now, in terms of her build, the main thing, of course, is using her as a Warframe. Razor Wing Blitz is going to be the big thing, and we have 155% power strength, but we're also using growing power, which is why for this particular demonstration, I'm also going to be summoning an enemy. As per usual, the enemies that I summon are going to be a level 135 Corrupted Heavy Gunner for the sake of shooting them. So, 3, 2, 1. The time it takes to get 4 abilities activated is going to count in the timer for Titania, so that's going to add a couple of seconds as well. And there we go. I don't even think I need a timer to know that Titania is in fact going to be the fastest. So like I said, Titania is in fact the winner of the greatest race. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below, because Titania is in fact the fastest. She is actually really hard to control, especially in a hallway environment, so take that under advisement. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Warframe content, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!